What's good, y'all? JD here. And earlier today, they dropped a clip from Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1, which I'm excited for. There's basically two parts. The movie is broken up. One gets released June 22nd, and then the other one gets released, I believe, sometime in July. Long Halloween Part 2. It's got Jensen Ackles playing the voice of Batman, and I love that he got chosen for that since he was the voice of Red Hood back when Batman Under the Red Hood animated movie got released. And that's one of my favorite all-time animated movies in general, and definitely one of my favorite Batman stories to watch. But The Long Halloween is part of one of my favorite graphic novel lines that got released years ago. But let's see what they ended up showing us here in this clip. Let's check this out.
In the study, sir.
A Miss Cloud
said she was checking the number you gave her to make sure it's real.
We haven't seen a trick-or-treater in years. We won't see one tonight. Already worked security risk for reason.
It's a really good Batman voice, Bruce Wayne.
The city is fallen.
We must endeavor to lift it up again.
In the meantime, we did
An obstinate hope
an unlocked dimension.
Anyway, it's an absurd.
Absurd out.
Oh
yes.
Putting
On costumes and striking.
Quite absurd.
Coming out soon, June 22nd. I always love when they are able to do like a good Alfred, Bruce Wayne slash Batman, conversations. It really dives into the characters a lot more. It dives into what Alfred goes through on a daily basis, trying to either work with Bruce or trying to sway him in some fashion. He obviously wants the best for him, and Batman, Bruce Wayne wants the best for the city. So it's like what's often good is not always what's best for Batman, but that's what Alfred's for. He tries to do what's best for Batman and Bruce, and you gotta treat them as two different, even though they are the same. And that all goes down into the psychology of Batman. Bruce Wayne, he focuses more on kind of the legacy that his parents left and trying to leave his own. Sometimes people don't want to see what his legacy has to bring, so he tries to preserve his family's at least, and then he doesn't really care as much about his name as he does his parents, but his name means something, so Alfred wants him to kind of preserve that and keep that in mind whenever he does things like publicly. Whereas Batman, it's kind of like what works in the shadows, what works behind the scenes, what goes underground to root out the criminal element. That way, the good in Gotham can shine again. And you can't have one without the other. Really, I mean, you can do a lot of good as Batman, and publicly it won't be seen as good. Especially if the police don't get any kind of credit. There's a lot of different layers to everything. It's just it's gonna be interesting seeing what part one offers and where it finishes, because that will dictate maybe even just the tone of the overall story. And this one is definitely a layered story, so I could see why they would need to put it in two parts. And I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to see what they come up with how different this story might deter from the original graphic novel. Any of those kind of changes or modernizations. Um, yeah, let's see what they do. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for Batman Long Halloween parts 1 and 2? Because I'm watching this day one, obviously. I love Batman stories, so I'm always going to be able to look for those. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Leave a like on the video if you like my reaction. You know, subscribe if you want to see a lot more content. Definitely want to do a lot more of these with you guys. I love comic book, everything, movies, shows, and currently I'm in a watch party to watch the Marvel movies throughout this month of May. So I'm trying to do some reactions for that, which you guys will get later on. And obviously, the full reactions for those movies will be on Patreon when I have that set up. But for the Long Halloween, we'll see if I can do a watch long for that. Let me know in the comments if that's something you guys would like to see. Because a lot of times when I watch shows, it's kind of hard for me to do reactions to, because I like to be comfortable watching shows. There's so many layers to shows. So I have not decided whether or not to start doing shows. There are a lot of shows that I've watched and that I watch, you know, almost every day. I watch something different. But you know, just let me know if that's something you guys would like to see. If me do a reaction to Long Halloween's part 1 and 2. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.